It's hard work being in the clam business. There are periods of really difficult manual labor, but it ain't all hard work. And a lot of times, those little jokers are just sitting out there like a cash register, just ding, 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 growing.
The issues aren't the clams, that's the easy part. And it's not the work. All work is what you put into it. The hard part is that you deal with nature day in and day out, and that's a moving target. You know, nature, it does what it wants to. Florida produces a very high number of shellfish for the United States, and Cedar Key produces a very high number for Florida.
Pretty quickly you find out that the entire economy and really the culture of the island is founded on aquaculture, on clam farming. When I finally made the decision to move here, I just wanted to be all in with Cedar Key, and I didn't feel like I could really be part of Cedar Key if I wasn't doing what people in Cedar Key do. Wake up one day and you're like, I want to get in the Cedar Key clam business. It's not that easy. You don't just, there's no clam college, there's no class to take. It took me moving here and really getting to know people, becoming a part of the community, volunteering, helping folks out, begging people to let me on their boats to see how it works. The biggest help I got here on the island was the mayor. Heath Davis and I became friends, and he has just a world-class clam operation here, and he's been incredibly generous and helpful with his time.
It's kind of refreshing to watch Michael. If you've ever been to a high school basketball game, you know, the freshman and the sophomore, they get off the bench. They're just so excited to be in the game. It's just raw adrenaline. And so as we watch Michael, we get a lot of enjoyment watching that raw adrenaline just go after it.
Put together a crew and bought a boat, and on our very first day, it was a giant thunderstorm. The tide was wrong. I got a massive order of clams. I don't know how we didn't sink the boat, but we got them out.
I wouldn't say Michael's screwing it up. He didn't know it, but he loves it too. That kind of snuck up on him. He just thought it was neat and thought he'd jump into it, and then he fell in love with it. Now he's stuck, like us.
Cedar Key is a tiny little sand heap of an island at the western terminus of State Road 24 out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. We're at the mercy of the capricious whims of the ocean, basically. There's a real dual nature to the place. At high tide, it's beautiful. It's a glimmering tropical paradise. And at low tide, it's a festering, stinking mud hole. And a lot of folks say, you know, they don't like that about it. I love that about it. The ugly's right out front where you can see it. I always know where I stand in Cedar Key.
The shellfish industry provides the ability to filter a massive amount of water. Having the shellfish industry here cleans no telling how many, hundreds of millions of gallons.
These clams aren't indigenous to here. We've brought them here. We have really nutrient-dense water, so we grow clams faster generally here than anywhere else in North America.
You go buy some clams, you get those clams, you put them in a bag, you lay them on the bottom. After a few months, you pull them and you look at them, make sure they're good. You divvy them up into more bags so they got room to grow. You lay them there for a little bit longer, and you go back later and you harvest them and you take them to market.
Buy any fresh clams at Publix or Costco, anywhere in the country, look on the back of the bag and it'll probably say a product of Cedar Key. Today we planted 175 bags out there, so somewhere around 180, 185,000 clams went out in the ground today.
Man, my back is gonna hurt this evening. It's gonna be a 2-drink night tonight.
I jokingly one day photoshopped my head onto a Prussian military officer's uniform with clams on the lapel and called myself the Clambassador. And it just took off. I can't go anywhere on this island now where people are like, hey, it's a Clambassador, hey, Clambassador.
We always knew that somebody like the Clambassador needed to come to town. So we're glad he's here. We're glad it's not us.
And I do like to be an ambassador for the town, for our culture, for the aquaculture business. The Clambassador stands for what we do here. It stands for the unique culture we have here on this island that's propped up and sustained by the clam industry. It stands for the hardworking people here trying to make their own way out in the world. And it stands for the Gulf of Mexico that we all love so much. The Clambassador stands for all of that.
You know, the neat thing about the clamming is it is extremely rewarding. You know, you reach down, you touch it, and you feel it and all that, and that's all nice. But it's a little more than that. It's because it's the fact that you grew this beautiful product. And so when you get it up out of the soil and you shake it out, and you get it up there on the boat and you're looking at it, and yeah, there's this beautiful bag of clams, and it's always wet, so the sunlight's making it glisten and it's pretty, and all these fancy cameras y'all got, it would just be beautiful shots. You can't mess that up. You're proud. You're really proud. And the fact that everything that you did along that process was good for the environment, and it was good for the water quality and good for Cedar Key and everything, that makes you proud. I mean, everything that you do when you do that gives back. It's just such a hard industry to beat. I mean, it is the greatest industry that any community could have. And I don't know why everybody in Florida is not doing it.